Over the last couple of years, this has really evolved into one of my favorite annual plants. One of my favorite plants in general, both in the garden and in the kitchen. This is Amaranth, the gold giant variety. It's beautiful, so nutritious. I'll show what the grain harvesting looks like in a second. We're looking at a hedge that's about 8 feet tall at its highest point there. I'm a tall guy, I'm 6'3". I'm about even with this seed head here. So it's a massive hedge. I just broadcast this. Could have thinned it out a little bit more, had to do a lot of thinning already. I'll show you what it looks like more as a single plant. But this worked out really, really well. Try to wade into this here. I'll pull one of these down. And when they're fully ripe, I like to kind of go and just tickle the little spikes here, and thousands, and I mean thousands of seeds will just come pouring out of each of these seed heads. Nutritionally, it's comparable to something like quinoa, where the protein, it's a complete protein. There's a lot more protein than a typical grain, but just as many starches and all that good stuff. So, oops. Instead of putting the acreage all to corn, which is a little fussier, Amaranth can tolerate some dry ground, some of the not the most fertile ground, but if you want this growth, really, it won't argue with that. So we're gonna keep on going with each of these heads. Eventually we'll snip them off, probably process them as the seed behind them ripens. I like to even do that in the chicken yard, and then anything that misses the bowl just gets tossed into them, as well as the seed heads after. But I want to go take a look at a couple of these where I have them actually spaced out and growing as a singular plant rather than this hedgerow of them. Though I think I am sold on the hedgerow. I'm going to do it next year. Let's go take a look at those. Here is one given all the space it wants, not crowded in a little hedgerow. You can see it makes all these side branches that each have a head on them too. So it's tough to say what you get more grain out of, but as a garden plant it's just incredible either way. Now, so you're going to get all of that beautiful, highly nutritious grain. There's going to be some bugs in it, so I like to let it sit outside for a little while. I mean, this is only from a couple seed heads. We have maybe about 80 or 100 to go. So there's going to be a lot of seed, a lot of bugs, and a lot of this chaff. So an easy way to do that, especially once it's drier, you can either wait for a windy day and winnow it into a bowl. It'll blow the light chaff away. Or I like to, if you shake it, the heavy seed falls to the bottom. You can scoop off all the big leftover chaff and flower spikes. And then as it gets lighter, you can even just blow the chaff away. Gradually keep on doing it. If you do it just right, the seed stays, the chaff blows away. Amazing grain, amazing plant. I love just leaving it in the garden as long as I can. But get all that delicious seed too for you and your chickens. Amaranth, gold giant especially. It's incredible. Thanks for watching.